In our reading of the book LEKKI HEADMASTER, which we have been reading for you, right? We have been reading it and reviewing it chapter by chapter for you. I've also been giving you questions, possible questions that JAMB will pick from this book. If you go to our channel, you will see all the videos we have done, right? So we are going to start with chapter 8. The title is Mission Unaccomplished. I want you to pay close attention. Remember, at the end of this video, I'm going to do you a favor because I am serious with helping everybody writing JAMB this year to pass very well. Remember, last year the failure was much. The failure in JAMB last year was much. That is why through our channel Noble Tutorials, I have taken it upon myself to help as many people pass as possible. That is why for you, I'll be giving you free JAMB pass questions. I will do it for you. I'll also be giving you free JAMB syllables for your JAMB subjects. The JAMB subjects will be writing, right? So at the end of this video, I will send you those materials. Just watch from now to the end of this particular video so that you can get the JAMB pass questions for your subject, and so that you can also get the JAMB syllables that will guide you in your studies. Let us read out and review chapter 8. It's a very short but very, very interesting chapter. You can't imagine what we are about to read. If you have not watched from chapter 1 to, we have reviewed chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and all the chapters of LEKKI HEADMASTER. If you have not watched them, go ahead to our channel and watch them. If you want me to send you the link, you also let me know. The title of chapter 8 is Mission Unaccomplished. What did I say? Mission Unaccomplished. A legal tussle between the families of two of his pupils stood out among matters Beppo would leave unresolved as he stepped out of the country. If you have been following the other chapters, you will know that the principal of LEKKI School, Stardom School in Lekki, Lagos, his name is Dewala Beppo, popularly called Beppo. He is about to travel out of the country. He's actually jackpying. He's actually relocating to another country called United Kingdom. He's going to Europe. His wife is already in Europe. His two children are already in Europe. So he got a teaching job in Europe. So he's relocating to be there. Okay? But as he's about to relocate, one of the matters, mission unaccomplished, something that he was not able to resolve, not a sterling gallon, is the issue of these two pupils. Actually, they are students in SS2. Let us look at them. What began as a child's play had lasted 3 years. It seemed like a joke stretched too far, an unbelievable bitterness left to fester publicly. The school had launched the process of choosing a new set of prefects. Some school will call it functionaries, like in our school, Noble High School. You know me that is reading this book. I'm a teacher. I'm a school proprietor of Noble High School. Do you want to know where our school is? If you want to know, you can also ask me. So in our school, we normally call them prefects. Some school call them functionaries, right? As usual, it will be elective. The Stardom management believed it was important to introduce the learners to the democratic culture as early as possible. Remember, the name of the school is Stardom School in a place called Lekki, in a state called Lagos, in a country called Nigeria. Okay? Pupils were encouraged to indicate interest and go through the process from start to finish. They bought forms at cost that depended on the offices they were vying for. So you know it's a big man school, it's a big school. So big wealthy children attend the school. Intent forms for the position of head boy and head girl were sold at 50,000. So they even paid money to indicate interest. Can you imagine? Was it done in your own school? Their deputies 40,000 and 25,000 for all other offices that included chapel prefect, health prefect, social prefect, labor prefect, and punctuality prefect. After purchasing the forms, the aspirants would be screened by a panel constituted by the management. Are you following? Remember that we have done other videos from chapter 1 to all the chapters of this book. We have also done videos on questions that will come out from this particular book. We have done videos We have done more than 4 videos on questions that will come out from this book. In this channel, I am serious about helping you to score at least 300 in your JAMB. You are going to score at least 300 in your JAMB. That is why I've been making these videos for you to score at least 300 in your JAMB. Do you believe you can score at least 300 in your JAMB? If you believe it, tell me in the comment section. Tell me I claim it, that you claim you will score at least 300 and above in your JAMB. Okay? The panel comprised both academic and non-academic staff as well as 2 observers drawn from the school alumni association. At the screening stage, Stardom sought to ensure each intending prefect was above average academically. He or she must have a good moral history, especially in the school. The aspirant must have been in the school for up to 2 sections and was not expected to owe fees. The debt-free condition was golden as far as the management was concerned. For this, Mrs. Ibidon Gloss, who is the MD, the managing director of Stardom School, was always saying, if you want a debtor to lead fee payers, ask a tenant to lead the landlord. So if you are a student that was owing, you cannot lead other students. On the day the aspirants faced the 5-man panel. Each was expected to read out his or her expression of interest letter and speak to it in about 3 minutes. It was a way of gauging the power of communication. You know, as a prefect or functionary, you should be able to address an audience. Once the screening hurdle was cleared, the list of candidates will be read at the assembly. This would enable the voters to know them and also raise any objections via letters to the panel, which in turn ensured it protected the identity of the petitioner, right? So the people that want to be prefect will pay a fee, then they will read out their intention, and the children, the student could also petition, say they don't want this person or that they want this person. Okay? The election was held the following day. Stardom School was sure it was following a cool process. So they were sure that the method they were using to select the prefects and the functionaries was a very cool way. But something happened which terribly hurt the arrangement that year and eventually got the democratic tradition suspended. On speech day, Banki and SS2 students contesting the post of social prefect became so emotional that he employed arguably a vulgar language on his key opponent. His opponent was Tosh, also in SS2. At a point in his presentation, Banki said, instead of voting for the son of an ex-convict, cast your vote for me, you will never regret. So he was calling the father of Tosh, another student who was also vying for that position. He was calling him an ex-convict. You know, an ex-convict is a criminal, someone that has gone to prison before for committing a crime. That is so vulgar for Banki to call the father of a fellow student. The student cheered as he concluded the presentation until the principal rose from the table where he sat with members of the officiating panel. He was disappointed at Banki's choice of words, calling the father of a fellow student an ex-convict. But before Beppo could talk sense into the contestant, Tosh had stood up from his seat and began stomping out of the hall. So the students whose father was called an ex-convict was walking out of the hall with anger. 3 teachers rushed to pacify him and bring him back, but he was resolved, resisting violently as he hasted away. Banki, why would you call the father of your fellow student an ex-convict? That is morally bad, the principal said. Remember the name of the principal. Can you tell me, who can tell me the full name of the principal? Write it for me. Who can also tell me why he is called LEKKI Headmaster? Answer this question in the comment. I want to know if you have been following. because these are the simple things that will make you fail JAMB or pass JAMB. If you don't know the answer, rush now to chapter 1 and 2, the video we did on chapter 1 and 2, and find out the answer and come and answer in this chapter 8. Okay? Why a child may have all the strength to cut a tree in the forest, it is the elderly that can tell the direction the tree would fall. The managing director of Stardom School found this adage most apt. Besides the fact that protests greeted Tosh's exit, his fans calling for outright cancellation of speech-making event until it was brought back. The rivalry between him and Banky predated the program. It ran deeper than what played out because it involved parents of the duo. When Banky and N.H.S were in JS 3, they clashed in the best dancer category at the end of year party. Both were finalists in the hip hop category and competed fiercely for victory. So ascending were their performance that the audience was sharply divided on who to carry the day. So what's actually happened was that in the JS 3 they competed in a dance, and two of them performed almost at the same level. They performed very well. So deciding who would win was difficult, but eventually Banky was declared the winner. They casted a vote and Banky won 3-2. Right? I hope you are following. The parents even threatened a lawsuit and swore they would withdraw Tosh and his younger brother. Months after, the mothers again clashed during the PTA election, where Banky's mother beat the letter to become the treasurer. You can see how the case started. Again, right? Months after that dancing competition, there was a competition in the PTA meeting where Tosh's mother and Banky's mother were contesting to be the treasurer, and Banky's mother again won. So perhaps what escalated the rivalry was the fact that the fathers of both boys were politicians. The fathers of the two students were politicians and belonged to either of the leading political parties. One belonged to Progressive All Congress, that is PAC, and the other one belonged to Democratic People's Party, DPP. Right? Progressive All Congress and Democratic People's Congress. Write it down in the comment section so that you will not forget. These are the things that will come out. I'm giving you expo now. Tosh's father, Chief Didi Oba, was not an ex-convict. Although years back he spent 36 months in detention, facing trial for alleged misappropriation of 2.5 billion. You know how these our government officials embezzle funds. 2.5 billion. There was a time they could embezzle funds in millions, but none. They embezzle in billions and trillions of our money. The trial dragged for 5 years. He was later released while his company was ordered to refund the sum. The court ruled that he was not directly guilty of the offense. The school initiated peace moves, but Chief Oba, that is the father of Tosh, who is also a lawyer, insisted Banky and his parents write separate letters of apology to him and Tosh. Can you imagine? He also insisted the letter be published conspicuously in the school magazine. Banky's parents, however, rejected the ultimatum. First, do you know the meaning of the word ultimatum? Remember, I've taught you in this channel that anytime you encounter any word you don't understand, go rush to your dictionary. Maybe a dictionary in your phone or a normal dictionary, a physical dictionary. Go there now and find out the meaning of this word, ultimatum. Find it out and come under the comment section and tell me the meaning. Right? Go and find it out now. First, they requested the video of their son's alleged offense speech, which their lawyer studied and came up with the conclusion that Banky never mentioned the name Oba. Besides, they affirmed that Chief Oba's demand amounted to victimization of their son. I hope you are following. Beppo was close to both families. Beppo is the principal, and hoped he would be able to specify the aggrieved parties. But his moves were futile. Remember, we were talking about the parents of Banky and the parents of Tosh. Very important. Don't forget this. And when I send this book to you, ensure you underline them, that you note these names very well. Remember also that you will get, at the end of this video, you will get past questions. You also get syllables. So don't forget, watch till the end so that you will get them and begin to read. Okay? So here, the principal decided to reconcile them, but the moves were not working. Now as he planned to relocate, I've told you about his relocation. The legal action considered by Oba, they actually took it to court, was nearing conclusion. He believed there was still room for out-of-court settlement, having persuaded the management to explore alternative dispute resolution. I hope you are following. Beppo we're almost done with this chapter 8 before we enter chapter 9 in the next video. Beppo was also upset that he would miss the Invention Club. So there are two unresolved, mission unaccomplished. The legal case between Banky and Tosh and this Invention Club. The school had an Invention Club. He was particularly worried about the fate that would befall the 5-year-old Brett project. In their Invention Club, just like in your school, tell me the clubs you had in your school. You may have debate club, choir society, drama club, and the press club and all the rest. So in the school, they had all those clubs. They also had Invention Club, and they were having, that Invention Club had a project to produce a phone. They called it Brett Project. The club's phone making project using recycled panels and chips. They were using spoiled maybe panels and chips from phones. So they will reassemble them together and produce a working phone. That is the project. He was an active patron of the club, despite the fact that he was not a scientist. Beppo always argued that invention was not necessarily limited by discipline. The project had attracted media and government interest, with the school and an NGO called Life Grid. What's the name of the NGO? Write it for me. Life Grid, committing funds to its development. So the school brought money, this NGO also brought money. Beppo anticipated the day his students would conclude research and production so that the school would announce to the world that it had manufactured a phone. He feared that if he left Nigeria to relocate to UK, the project would derail. But it is, if it cruised to completion, that if they were able to complete the phone building project, he promised that he will fly back to Nigeria from London on the day they will launch the phone. Now, if you want to get this free gift I'm giving it to you free from my heart. There are things you have to do. Click on thanks. Go to our channel. On this video, you see an option for thanks. Just click on it and thank us now. Abi will know the try. Then go over to this video and like the video. Just click on like. The third thing you should do is share this video. Click on share, copy the link and paste it on all the WhatsApp platforms you belong to for JAMB candidates, on all the YouTube, on all the Facebook, Instagram, all the platform you belong to where other JAMB people are. Please share the link of this video to them so that more people will learn, so that many people will not fail again this year. Then the important thing is now for you to like this video. Like this video and then come under the comment section of this video and tell me I have subscribed. Like the video and come under the comment section and say I have subscribed. Once you tell me you have subscribed, I will give you those materials free of charge. If you want to buy this book, Lekki Headmaster, if you have not gotten it and you want to get it, it's not free. You can let me know. I will also send it to you. So share this video, like this video, say thanks and tell me I have subscribed. That is when you subscribe. There is a video I am leaving for you at this screen. Click on it, watch it now. Watch this video on this screen right now.